DoggieDiamondsTV.com.
So what was y'all thoughts on the whole Jada Pinkett Oscar fiasco? Coco, you go first.
I think she had good points, but like, let's put it like this, because there was Jada Pinkett's statement, then there was Aunt Viv's statement as well, but you saw Aunt Viv's statement too, right?
I didn't watch it, but I did see it.
And so basically, just to get some background, Jada Pinkett is saying that we should boycott the Oscars because the Oscars have no black representation. In addition to that, there's no black, brown, there's no Asian. It's just straight up white people that have been nominated in 20 of the acting categories. So I understand why there's some concern. The same thing happened last year. So that's why people are just kind of like, but I guess people felt that Jada Pinkett was being kind of like, they thought it was a little fake because the only reason why she would be interested in some people's minds is because Will potentially could have been up for an Oscar himself for his role in his movie Concussion this year. And so that's where maybe her agenda lies. So my point is that, I guess to the point that Jada's making, I feel like if she has an agenda that is that her husband was not nominated, I don't really think that there's anything wrong necessarily with acting on an agenda. If whatever you've discovered or whatever opinion you've come to, comes to some sort of a right conclusion. So, I mean, ultimately, do I really care about the Oscars? I really am on some fuck the Oscars. That shit don't really mean nothing to me. I don't, I'm more like Snoop was, where it's like, fuck it, but I can understand why people sort of feeling like, Jada, there's other things going on right now. The water crisis in Flint, Michigan. Why are you talking about that? You never had nothing to say about the Black Lives Matter hashtag. Like, so I get that, but I don't like when people, I still feel like all those things are separate. Like, I think we could have asked her that last week too, So I don't like when people try to say like, why are you worried about this? When you could be worried about this, because it's like people, if people are multifaceted. You could be thinking about a lot of things at one time. And sometimes people do charity quietly too. I mean, as a celebrity, that's real. Different. That's real. It's, I don't know. I do understand why it's important to her. It's not important to me. And I think most of us are just on some like, how am I gonna make ends meet shit? The Oscars is such a distant issue. What does boycotting the Oscars mean? Because we ain't even on the fucking voting academy. So what does that really mean to us? Like the greater people at large and shit,
Chad, what do you think about it all?
I agree with everything Coco just said. And I'm sorry, y'all. It's fucking 2016. We been saying boycott shit. Mm-hmm. Black people need to stop boycotting and start building. How the fuck you boycotting some shit that ain't fucking with you?
Word.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the funniest shit I've
They're like, yo, we gonna boycott. Good looking.
Okay.
Word.
We gonna fucking with y'all anyway.
Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, how fucking stupid do we sound? And we gonna see, the same shit happened last year. No, the same shit happened every fucking year. Not last year, not the year before last, not the year before that. Remember, we've always been boycotting. Remember when Django came out, they was nominated for the fucking Oscars, and the movie ain't even come out yet. Mm-hmm. But it was all the white people, the writers, the director, the producer. Jamie Foxx didn't get nominated. Kerry Hilton.
Washington.
Kerry
Washington.
Yo,
she ain't get nominated.
One of them Kerry bros.
Yeah, she didn't get nominated. Samuel Jackson ain't get nominated.
Samuel Jackson should have won an Oscar for that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I mean, what are we looking for?
Play the hell out of that, bro.
But again, we don't understand the history of Hollywood. We don't know who Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer is. We don't understand what Hollywood was put in place for. We don't understand. Do we even know what a Hollywood is? Not even on the conspiracy Masonic shit, but Hollywood was the wood that the supposedly witches and warlocks used to create their magic wands. Yeah. And when you wave the wand, what do? You cast a spell and create stars. What do they call actors in Hollywood? Stars. What do? They make you think something fake is actually real when it's actually not. So you fall victim to this and you believe these people. So you could get a Jada Pinkett Smith because she's all pretty. She has a successful career in Hollywood. Her husband is successful. You want to take her word for it, but she letting her little daughter lay up in the bed with grown men and her son running around with dresses on. A person like that can't tell me shit. I'm sorry.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold says so. My take on it was why do we need that shit to validate us anyway? Because just the same way dudes would be like, let's boycott the Oscars, they also happy as shit when 3 6 Mafia won an Oscar, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you boasting and bragging that you won an Oscar. Our problem is that as black people, we're always looking for validation from people who don't give a fuck about us. An Oscar's not gonna validate you, just like a Grammy is not gonna validate you, because remember we supposed to be boycotting the Grammys too, right?
Yep, since Salt and Pepper. And
yeah, exactly. Since Jazzy Jeff First Prince.
About to say, yeah.
Since Will Smith.
Will Smith, Salt and Pepper, all of them were boycotting.
You know
the
what
Grammys.
I'm saying? Remember
What was
Jay-Z?
that, the 80s or the
Jay-Z
90s?
boycotted the Grammys before. You know what I'm saying? So we're always looking for validation in their forums and the things that they created for them. It's not our shit. Now, our problem is that we do take fuck shit like the BET Awards, which they control, and look how much of an ass we make of ourselves even in those forums like that.
BET is owned by Viacom, which is owned by white folks too. So
that's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
So nothing is ours. If you know what's the biggest thing to boycott? Boycott the fucking movie. Don't go watch the movie.
Point blank.
If you watch the movie, if you watch the movie and you help it gross this big ass money at the box office, of course it's gonna win Oscars or do certain shit because you are the one that's helping it. One thing I don't understand about people, and I always make this point, I've been making this point for years. Why do people love what they hate and hate what they love? Now, when I say that, I say this. If a Nas video comes on, who do people say their favorite rappers are?
Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas.
All right. We all agree with that, right?
Yeah.
Biggie, Tupac, Nas, Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
But if a new Nas video come out and a new video by Inf come out, why does Inf video have all these hate comments, but Nas video don't have no love comments, but everybody loves Nas? Did you notice that? Like when you go to these popular videos that you deem would be popular or you think would be popular and you think people will express how much they love it, the shit don't say shit, but videos that people hate, they comment on. The people hate, they love what they hate and hate what they love. And I don't understand what that shit is all about. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, fuck the fucking Oscars. What you said, Coco, is real. She has a vested interest in that. So I understand why she's speaking on that. But as a black woman who takes a public forum to speak out on something, don't use the black card when it's convenient. Because if Will Smith was nominated and won, would she say all those things?
That's the thing. Like, I'm just not convinced that she would have said something. Because she could have said something last year, when
she should have said something for Ali.
Yeah, she could have said, exactly. So it's like, I'm just not convinced. However, let's be clear that Will Smith did boycott the Grammys.
Yeah, he did too. Yeah.
So
I think he was the first person.
Mm-hmm. So I guess it's because the rap category wasn't.
It wasn't televised. Yeah.
So it's not that, but again, there was an interest, a reason to do it, but
First of all, Jada Pinkett has never been a great actress to me. She sucks fucking.
I don't think that anybody.
She sucked donkey balls. Like I just thought her acting was garbage.
Well, I don't think that anybody ever looked at her as like some like prolific, like amazing actress.
Yeah, like
I don't think that was
her. I can't even name one.
No, Menace to Society, man.
Come on, she was trash in that movie.
She did a thing in Menace.
Yeah, I thought she did.
Yeah, but they could have put any chick in that role.
What about Set It Off?
Any chick could have did that.
I think that like
listen,
Queen Latifah stood out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But listen,
she started out in a different world, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This what makes you a good actor or actress to me. When you take a role, and I'm not looking at Denzel Washington,
like Denzel playing this
in
role.
Training Day. Yeah, it was like, who the fuck is this dude?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's what makes you. Samuel L. Jackson acting is trash. He's gonna yell in every movie, but in Django, you really hated him.
Yeah, you did.
That's when somebody's a good actor, when they take a role and the role becomes them. When you're that same typical motherfucker that they could put anybody in, role in, that shit is not good acting. You know what I'm saying? It's like George Jefferson going to be George Jefferson.
Well, there's an elite actor, then there are great actors. Like, everyone can't be great.
But I mean, you done seen motherfucking people like Robert De Niro play Al Capone, play The Godfather, and then remember him in Cape Fear? Who the fuck was that dude?
Yo.
In Cape Fear, he was bugged the fuck up. He was in the movie theater laughing like a motherfucker.
Word.
Fresh off an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what makes you a great actor to me. You know what I'm saying? You do have a good, like Wesley Snipes is always gonna be like Blade and shit. You know what I'm saying? And remember, there was like every movie Wesley Snipes got to get some pussy, and it was like, yo, he do get some pussy in every movie here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're not a good actor to me.
That's in his contract.
And rides a bike
Word.
in some explosion.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It does some karate. He got to kick somebody and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just hate when people want to use the black card to try to rally the troops, because when you're sitting amongst these people that we should be boycotting and talking shit about, how are you using the black card to bring more black people in?
And at the end of the day, like, they chose Hollywood too. If it was really that bad out there, like, move to Memphis, some place with a majority black population, like, or pull a Tyler Perry. Like, he has a studio in Atlanta.
That they keep
realized,
burning down.
But like Tyler Perry
They keep burning
realized
it down?
that I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Tyler Perry realized that Hollywood didn't want him, so he created an outlet and created something for himself that could not be replicated. And I'm not even a Tyler Perry fan per se, but
it makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's the segue I was going to go to, because to build on Dog Point and just what you said was perfect. See, black people are always talking about we got to unite. And the thing I always ask people, but what are we uniting for?
Yeah.
Because you have some black people that want to do like you said, Coco, and build their own, who don't want validation from white people. And then you got another group of white people whose goal is black people whose goal is just to be with white people.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are we going to unite for? If I'm trying to go left and you're trying to go right, we can't unite. We got different goals. And that's why I keep hating when black people keep talking this unity shit, because we cannot unify with all black people, because all black people don't have black people's best interests at heart.
They Negropeans.
Yeah.
Yo, but the funniest shit is that you absolutely right, because when I think about shit, that goes to what I'm saying. Why do we need validation from the Oscars? Did Minister Society ever win an Oscar?
Nope.
No.
Did Boys in the Hood ever win an Oscar? No. Did Baby Boy win an Oscar?
Don't know.
Listen,
Don't show.
You know what's one of the corniest movies ever that we love?
New Jersey Drive.
Besides New Jersey Drive,
Wow.
The fucking Wash. Do you think of how really corny that shit is? But you love the fucking Wash. You know what I'm saying? Even shit like when you look back at Harlem Nights, it wasn't really a good movie.
Well, The
But
Wash
funny
is
as
supposed
hell.
to be a remake of The Wash from the 70s, right?
Nah.
It's more like fucking Friday. You think about it was the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
plot.
yeah.
It was
Like
everything
more-
was the
Yeah.
same. It was
Yeah.
the same. You know,
It
was
ain't fucking with Car Wash.
Yeah, Car Wash was some other
Car
shit.
Wash, that's-
But I mean, the deal is those movies never got these Academy Awards, no Pulitzer Prizes, no Golden Globes, and we still love those movies to this day. So stop letting them say what's good for you in order for you to say that is good, because the things that we love, like, you know, shows like Good Time, they ain't never win no Emmy Awards and shit like that, and What's Happening and shit, and you love those shits to this day. Even Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids cartoon, you know what I'm saying? Think how much you love this shit, but it's never won any award. It's never been validated as great. It's been great to us, and we give things the validations. We give things like, what happened was we let them take the power and start trying to dictate what we should like and what we should think is great. You know what I'm saying? Because you ever notice when an artist wins a Grammy, it might not even be an artist that sold a lot of records. It's just that he had the nomination around a certain time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then his record sales might go up from Grammy recognition. But sometimes artists win.
Shout out to Macklemore.
Listen, sometimes artists win Grammy and we be like, I never even heard that shit before.
I don't know nobody with an MC Hammer album or a Macklemore album.
But look, we gonna act like the chick Adele is not gonna win like fucking 60 Grammys. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, she gonna tear it up.
Kendrick Lamar was nominated for 11 Grammys. Why? Because of the hype. But how many people is playing Kendrick Lamar music right now?
We gonna be all right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like everything is off of hype and what they want to dictate and what they want to control, and now what we want to keep buying into to be validated and be equal and to sit with them.
Well, all the cotton is picked. They don't need black folks no more, only for sports and entertainment. And they got the Mexicans here now and the Guatemalans, shout out to my South Americans, doing all the work that we said we wouldn't do because we was doing it for free for so many centuries. And they created unions to keep us out of those jobs. I mean, this shit is bigger than Nino Brown.
It's not for us.
Exactly.
Oh, another thing that I built on DoggieDiamondsTV.com.